Good morning, students. I hope all of you are safe. In the previous lesson, we have studied about the absorption and assimilation. Today, we will study in this lesson about digestion, diarrhea, and the nutrition in ruminants. So, let's begin the lesson. Digestion. What is digestion? We know the removal of the undigested food particles from the body is known as digestion. After absorption of water and minerals in the large intestine, the undigested food becomes semi-solid. It is then stored in the rectum until it is removed through the anus. So, digestion we have seen what is happening. Whatever the food particles have left behind after digestion that needs to be taken out from the body, and through the process of the digestion it has been taken out. So we can see in this diagram the digestive system of the human. We can summarize here whatever we have studied about the human digestive system. We have studied about the first, the digestion starts in the human. The digestion starts from the mouth, where the mastication of the food takes place, and the chemical digestion with the help of the salivary amylase present in saliva. After passing through the mouth, the food particles enters into the esophagus, where through the peristaltic movement it moves down into the stomach. In the stomach, several digestive juices, mucus and acid get secreted that work upon the food particles, and then the semi-digested food particles then passed from the stomach to the small intestine, where the pancreatic juices as well as the intestinal juices work upon the semi-digested food particles, and the bile juice that is stored in the gallbladder secreted by the liver that emulsifies the fats if needed. Now we from there it enters into the small intestine, where the complete digestion takes place. The complex carbohydrate can get converted into the glucose, proteins into amino acids, and the fats into fatty acids and the glycerols. The large from the small intestine, absorption and assimilation takes place, and from the large intestines the water and minerals get absorbed. The undigested particles get stored in the rectum until it is removed through the anus. So this is all about the human digestive system. Now we will study about one condition known as diarrhea. Sometimes consumptions of dirty food on unclean water can result in a condition called diarrhea. So a condition when water stools appear frequently is called diarrhea. Food poisoning and infection are the two main causes of diarrhea. Why the diarrhea is occurring? Due to food poisoning, when the unclean water or the dirty food if we used to take, then we can suffer from the disease known as diarrhea. It is a serious disease and can lead to death in severe cases because it involves extensive loss of water and salts from the body. So it is advisable to not take it as a small thing. If a person is suffering from diarrhea, he or she should be treated well. Generally, ORS, that is the oral rehydration solution, which is boiled cooled water in which a pinch of salt or sugar is added, is recommended to the patients to maintain the water loss of the body. WHO, that is the World Health Organization, has recommended a simple ORS remedy that can be made at home by adding salt and sugar to water. Clear? So this should be taken. Now we will deal the last portion of the chapter, that is the nutrition in ruminants. First of all, we should know what are ruminants. So that some animals that swallow their food at first and then chew it later on are called ruminants. Generally what happens, we chew the food and then we swallow it, but in the ruminants first they swallow their food inside the stomach and again they return back to the mouth for chewing. So this is known as ruminants, and the rumination, the curd returns to the mouth in these animals and they chew it, is called rumination. So process is known as rumination. So we can define here is a plant eating animal that brings back swallowed food into the mouth, chew it again, is called a ruminant, and the process is called rumination. Actually, the habit of plant eating animals make their digestive system different from ours, and thus they need to study them separately. What are the plant eating animals, that is grass eating animals? Actually what happened, the rabbits or other animals, you can say deer, these animals can digest the cellulose while several other animals cannot. These animals have a different type of bacteria present in the stomach that help in the digesting the cellulose, and that bacteria is cellulase that helps in the digestion of the cellulose. So their digestive system is somehow different from ours. So first process in the nutrition in ruminants is the same, the ingestion. As we know that ingestion is the process of taking in the food. So here in the ruminants, the food is ingested with the help of a tongue and chewed. Ruminants have actually the sharp incisors and large molars to bite and chew grass. They also have powerful jaw muscles. The digestion process in ruminants begin by chewing and swallowing its food. Ruminants do not completely chew the food they eat, but just consume or gulp as they can and then swallow the food. Means what is happening? They're chewing the food first and then get it swallowed. But after swallowing, it is not being digested. Then again it is returning back to the mouth for the chewing purpose. So this is known as the rumination, and this is the ingestion process found in the grass-eating animals. The second process is the digestion. One fact I want to share with you: a cow makes 40,000 to 60,000 jaw movements per day. So I have just told you that they have powerful jaw muscles. Clear? So digestion, we know digestion is what? It is the process of the breaking down of the complex material into the simpler form. So here the same thing is being done. After being chewed once, the food passes down the 2 to 3 feet long esophagus. The esophagus leads into the stomach, as we have. The stomach of this ruminant is divided actually into 4 chambers: rumen, reticulum, omasum and abomasum. This is the digestive system of ruminant. We can see here what are the different parts remain present in the digestive system of ruminants. The first we will see, you can see here the rumen. Rumen, this is the first and the largest chamber of the stomach. Rumen, you can see here, this is here pointing, this is the rumen, that is the first and the largest chamber of the stomach. Second one is the reticulum. You can see here reticulum, this is the second chamber of the stomach. It is present here. You can see here, this is the reticulum. Third is the omasum. Third part is the omasum. Here is the omasum. This omasum is the third and the smallest chamber of the stomach. So the first is the largest one and the third one is the smallest one. And the fourth chamber is the abomasum. This abomasum, this is the last chamber of the stomach. So these are the different nomenclature of the different chambers of the stomach of the cow, that is, it is the grass-eating, plant-eating animals. We will discuss the functions of each of the chamber in detail in the next lessons. Thank you.